Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Wu and I'm here today with Sandra Davie. She is the Senior Education Correspondent at the Straits Times, and we're here today to talk about what the Ministry of Education just announced. There will be no more streaming as we know it in secondary schools.
Yay, finally.
Because you've been writing so much about it, right? Doing away with streaming.
Exactly.
This day has finally come after 40 years. So Sandra, could you break down what SBB means and how it's going to play out for the students?
Okay, so with subject-based bending, basically a normal stream student, whether from normal technical or normal academic, will be able to take subjects at a higher level. So a normal academic student who's good in, say, English and the mother tongue languages will be able to take those subjects at a express stream level now. Yeah.
So I understand with this expanded SBB system, it will be piloted in 25 schools starting next year, and then by 2024, all the schools will adopt this system and then they'll do away with streaming. Right? So what will happen after PSLE? Because I'm expecting the real change starts there.
Okay, well, students will still be posted to secondary school based on their PSLE results. So they'll be given G1, G2 and G3 level, and roughly corresponds to normal technical, normal academic and express stream. So they should follow those tracks when picking subjects at secondary 1. But once they're in secondary 2, they should be taking varied paths according to their strengths and interests. So they can go on to take a combination of subjects across different bands. Now, what happens after 4 years, right? So at the end of the 4th year, all students, whatever combination of subjects they're taking, will sit for a new common national examination. And then they'll be given certificates based on, which will show the subjects they took, which level they took the subject in, and the results, which they will then use to apply to post-secondary institutions.
So there are no specific details yet on how this new posting system will be developed. So if you need any news, please stay tuned to thestraitstimes.com. And I understand that when they do eventually release this new system, it will only take effect from 2028.
Yes,
right.
It will. Yeah. Everyone will be on a 4-year track, but let's say a student who takes mostly G2 level subjects and wants to go to a JC, for example, and needs higher level subjects, he or she can actually ask to take another year in secondary school, and then they will end up sitting for the same common national exam, but this time they'll sit for the same subjects at a higher level.
Yeah. So now that secondary schools have had streaming for 40 years, which is a very long time, why are they now deciding to do away with it?
Oh, because of the effects of streaming. First of all, there's this self-fulfilling prophecy for kids. If you tell a kid that they're only able to learn a subject up to a certain level and they're not so academically inclined, the child begins to believe in that. And, it doesn't encourage the growth mindset as opposed to a limited mindset when it comes to learning. So that's not good, and affects their confidence and self-esteem as well. But I think more importantly, it also affects teachers' expectations of how well their students will do. And this has a powerful effect on how kids learn. The famous study that was done on this was by a Harvard psychologist called Rosenthal. He picked an elementary school class, gave them an IQ test, and then at the end of it, picked 20% of them randomly, and then told the teachers that this is the group that's going to see a huge spurt in learning, right? And then at the end of 9 months, after these teachers had taught these students, he tested them again, and surprise, surprise, that randomly chosen group who were considered to have likely to have that growth spurt actually had gains in IQ. So, teachers' expectations are powerful. It can actually affect a child's IQ levels. Teachers who were teaching these kids who were expected to have this spurt were actually treated them differently. They gave them more questions, they listened to them a lot more attentively, they nodded their head and smiled when talking to these kids. So, you know, the sense of approval, so teachers' expectations can be powerful. So, yes, streaming has an effect on teachers as well.
And it's also proof that a little encouragement indeed goes a long way.
Definitely, yes.
So do praise your students more, teachers. So thank you, Sandra, once again for walking us through this new system and how it's going to play out. Once again, my name is Alyssa.
I'm Sandra.
Thank you and goodbye.